Hello YouTube, Hourglass Size here. Special shout out to a viewer of mine and fellow YouTuber, Dr. Limbo Prime. Go check out his channel. He gave me this idea to compare G10 knives like this awesome JK litetech and to compare it to titanium. That was cringy. Please don't clip it. So I don't have a Monarch. I think the cooler comparison would have been compare the litetech to the Monarch, but this is a pretty adequate stand-in. This is a pretty cool knife. So we're gonna talk about things I like about both, things that I think are good about both, and things that are maybe a little bit bad about both. So we're going to start with the tie. What's great about the tie? Well, for one, it's super sturdy. Super sturdy. I mean, you're trying to tell me that a channel design titanium knife is somehow going to be less durable than Sandwich with G10? I don't think so. So it's super durable. It's also got a nice sound. I've always quite liked the sound of channel tie. Even Sandwich tie sounds really good, like my Alpha Beast. Okay. This part is going to be both a con and a pro. So we'll start with it as a pro, and that's anodization. Okay, anodization can look really damn slick. Really cool. I mean, for instance, look at the anodization on this. You got purple, and that's cool. That's cool, right? But that also leads me to its con, and that's that anodization rubs off. As you can see, the safe handle of this knife has faded. It has rubbed off from the amount of flipping I do with this knife. And that's a con, because no matter how good you make the ano, there's always the chance it'll rub off. Now, I suppose you could turn that back into a pro and say, well, if it rubs off, you can get it redone with a different ano or something. And that's the cool thing about anos, is it can always be removed and changed. However, if I have a purple Sentinel and I want it to stay purple, that means that every time it starts to fade, I'm going to have to get it redone purple instead of just having it stay purple forever, which is a minor gripe. Anodization also does not take drops very well. It gets scuffed. So this one hasn't been dropped all that much, but you can see there's some spots of, yeah. Needless to say, you drop it on concrete or anything that's not soft, it's going to scratch the ano, and that doesn't look as good. In conclusion, I quite like titanium. I prefer it over aluminum. I really do. Aluminum I find to be kind of a softer material that doesn't always lend itself well to being a balisong. Now, I'm not bashing aluminum because I really like the Kraken, and I like a lot of Squid Industries products, and there's plenty of other things out there that are aluminum that I like. I'm just picky when it comes to aluminum versus titanium. If it's titanium, I pretty much already know for a fact I'll like it because I like titanium. So let's move on to G10. Well, that was maybe a weird jump cut. I don't know if I cut it properly. So G10. So this is my favorite G10 knife. Julian, if you ever watch this video, hot damn, this thing is sweet. I love this knife. In fact, I love all of his knives. I had that Emissary for a while on the channel that I ended up giving away to a viewer. I didn't really post a giveaway. It was more of like a special thing. It was it was a trade, but I basically gave it away because I traded it for something that was way less of the value. But anyway, so I loved that emissary. I loved this litetech. I really want to try a Monarch because I think I would love the Monarch. So my litetech is kind of really custom with the blade and all that, but the handles are still the same. So we can still talk about the G10. So the G10 on the litetech, one of the things I like about G10, and this kind of is across the board, is that it's both slick but also grippy. And if you've never held G10, that might not make a lot of sense, but essentially it works like this. If you're touching it gently, it's a really slick, almost plasticky feel, right? It's not made of plastic. I think the real material that G10 is made of is like a fiberglass reinforced resin type thing. But it has this plastic feel when you're gently touching it. But if you apply pressure, it becomes really grippy and it sticks to your finger really well. And that's really good because that allows you to have really fluid tricks and have it not have a lot of friction, like for fans and such. But then when you need grips for like ladders and shit like that, you have the grip there when you need it. Another thing about G10 is it comes in a very, very awesome variety of colors. I mean, damn, G10 comes in damn near every color and any combination of colors. And this is sort of a side bit, but let's talk about carbon fiber while we're on G10, because anything that comes with G10 scales also basically has the opportunity to come with carbon fiber scales, and that's also really hot. So maybe like a side bonus plus, right? Now I am pretty biased towards G10, I will admit. And I'm very biased towards the litetech, because I think the litetech is like one of the best G10 knives ever. I mean, if you find another G10 knife that looks anywhere like this, you let me know, because I want to see it. As far as I'm concerned, this thing is S tier. It's fucking amazing. Not only is it super unique looking, the way it goes together, but it goes together quite elegantly, and it just, golly. The litetech is one of Julian's best designs. I think like if he did a Monarch litetech with channel titanium with G10 scales, so it's like Chanwich, my god, I think that would be amazing. Julian, you should get on that right now before somebody else steals that. Alright, so back to the G10 thing. So G10 is colorful. Very colorful. Obviously, mine's pink. Here, I mean, that's great. But you've seen my other knife, the Blade Runner Systems Replicant, that was black and purple. You can get it in white, whatever, cream, whatever. And G10 falls fairly well. I mean, it'll fall and get banged up and scratched up and chipped, but it'll still be the same color. Not to mention that if the G10 gets damaged, you could always just replace the G10 scales instead of having to replace the entire knife handle or re-anodize the entire knife handle. I also like the way G10 sounds. Now, I don't know, I like the way both materials sound, but G10 just has like a little more of a quieter, clicky sound that I seem to like. So in my recommendations, what do I recommend more? Well, depends. Do you like lighter knives? I would probably suggest G10. Not that titanium isn't light, but I just find that I like lighter knives when they have G10. The G10 helps kind of really thicken out the knife while keeping it nice and light. So the handles don't feel super thin on G10 while being super light. Versus titanium, I've felt some handles that are light in the 4-ounce category, they feel really small and thin. So that's possibly just a case of what I've flipped. that might not be true. You know, I haven't flipped everything, so I can't say for certain. But all of the knives that I have flipped that are titanium channel or titanium sandwich that are light, they're always really, they feel like they're thin this way, or they're thin and they, yeah, I don't know, I don't like that. Well, so would I recommend G10 over titanium? It depends on your preference, of course, but yes, I would. I would definitely recommend it. I would recommend it because you can get it in whatever color you want. If you're getting custom stuff, you can always, you know, get like whatever custom scales, like hammer design scales, come in everything. Okay? You can get tons of different style of scales. So if you get a knife and you don't like the way the G10 feels, the hole pattern, well, you know, see if maybe someone can make you a set of scales with a different hole pattern that you might like more. You know, there's always the opportunity for carbon fiber replacements when you have scales. You don't got to worry about the color really fading from flipping too much. You do got to kind of worry about dropping it, but not entirely. I feel like most beginners would enjoy G10 over full titanium. Now, I mean, full titanium is pretty great, but that's just my opinion. I like the G10. So as always, this has been your daily dose of flipping, Hourglass Eyes. This is the JK litetech, my favorite knife and quite possibly my favorite JK design of all time. I don't know. Julian, reach out to me. Let's see. Send me that Monarch. Let's find out if I like this better than a Monarch. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Peace out.